today is Wednesday, January the 13th, and we are going to continue to work on area. So let me go back in my toolbox because we're now going to lesson 29, where we're going to be breaking up shapes and having to add back some areas. There it is. Let's open that. All right, you're going to want to be on page 296. We're actually going to do 4 of our blue pages today, and then you'll have 2 red pages that you're going to do. So the title is Adding Areas. Let's look at what we're doing. We've learned how to count squares, and we've learned how to do length times width, and now we're going to learn how to break apart shapes. Anna makes a poster that is 3 feet long and 2 feet wide. Raul makes a poster that is 3 feet long and 1 foot wide. They hang the posters on their classroom wall as shown at the right. What is the total area of the wall covered by posters? So we have 2 posters that are on one wall. How many 1 foot squares cover Anna? So let's worry about Anna's poster first. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to number Anna's. And you may not be able to see my numbers because it's dark deep, but I am going to write numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I wonder if I did maybe a blue. Yeah, let's use blue. I'll go back and renumber them. So 6 for Anna's. 6 units. You might do black there, don't you? No, they're feet. Let's not put units. Let me erase. 6 feet, or square feet. Okay. What is the area of, oh, I should have put the 6 feet down here, but I'm going to leave it. I was going ahead and putting the area. So there are 6 squares, which is our area of 6 feet square. C, 3 1 foot squares cover Raul's poster. What's the area of his poster? Well, if he has 3 squares, it's going to be 3 feet squared for his area. Explain how you can find the area of the wall covered by both. What would I need to do if I wanted to know both of their posters? Well, I need to put them together, don't I? So I would add, I'm going to write, I need to add 6 plus 3 to find, what is 6 plus 3? 9 feet square for both the posters area. Let's see if I like that. I need to add 6 plus 3 to, oh my goodness gracious, let's fix that. Got fast, didn't I? To find 9 feet squared for both the posters area. So we want to put both posters together in order to get the area that they both cover. That word both is pretty good clue word to let us know to do addition. All right, let's move on to the next page, 297. They're kind of breaking that part down for us, and they're showing us how they added them together. You can see the 6 feet, and then they went ahead and continued counting with the 3 to get that answer of 9. So we're going to try another one on our own. Describe how you can find the area of the shape. So look at our shape. We have 2 rectangles. We have, we'll call this rectangle A. So the first rectangle is 2 and 2. So we're going to first find the area of 2 inches times 2 inches. That's the first rectangle. And what is 2 times 2? 4. So that's the first one. And then we have a second rectangle that is 1 inch and something. What's going to have to go over here? Remember, the whole thing makes a rectangle, which means those 2 sides are going to have to match. So if this is 2 inches, what's going here? 2 inches. So 2 inches times that 1 inch at the bottom will also give us 2 inches. 1 times 2 or 2 times 1 is 2. And then how are we going to find our total area? We're going to need to add 4 plus the 2 gives us a total of 6 inches squared. And I'm going to circle that. So our total area is going to be 6 squared inches. This one was 4 inches and this one is 2. So we got to put them together to have a total for the whole thing. All right, let's move on. We're going to keep going, still working on area. Page 298. Miss Chang's vegetable garden is shown at the right. It's shaped like a rectangle. She grows tomatoes in one part, that's this side. And she grows corn, that's over here, in another part. What's the area? We want the area of her whole garden. So they made a picture. They knew it had to have 5 feet on the tomatoes and 3, and then they needed 4 and 3 because these two sides have to match. And then they just created their squares and counted them. And you see here they've used multiplication. 3 times 5 was the 15. 3 times 4 is 12, and when you put 15 and 12 together, you're going to get the 27. Or look what they did. They went ahead and put these two together and got 9. And then just multiply 9 times 3 and got 27. So there's lots of ways you can do this. But you're finding area and then you're adding 2 areas together. They're going to break it down for us. Number 2, we're now on the last page you're doing today with me, which is 299. Look at model it. The equation 9 times 3 equals 27 is used to find the area. Explain what each factor stands for in the equation. So what did the 9 stand for? The 9 is the total length. 9 is the total length of the garden. And what was 3? 3 was your short side, so it was your width. Don't give me much room, do they? And 3 is the width. I'm going to squeeze that in. They should have gave us a little more room. Number 3, the picture of the garden and model it shows the length broken into 2 lesser numbers. What are these two numbers? So look at the bottom of your picture. Where did our 9 come from? It came from 5 and 4. Each part, you had your tomatoes and you had your corn, and each one of those had their own length. So 9 came from adding the 5 tomatoes with the 4 corn, and we put those together. We can use those numbers to find the areas of the 2 parts of the garden. So we could say 3 times 5 and 3 times 4. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 4 is 12. Then we can simply add number 5. You can add the areas of the 2 gardens, tomatoes and the corn. We can put them together. So 15 was our tomato, 12 was our corn. 15 and 12 we already know is 27. So that's another way we can get the area of the entire garden, is by adding the area of the tomatoes with the area of the corn. Number 6, explain how you can find the area of a rectangle by adding the areas of the 2 smaller rectangles it is made from. Well, simply you do length times width and then add your 2 areas together. So length times width of each rectangle then add the areas together. have two pictures or two rectangles, and then we're adding them all together. We're going to do what we just said, length times width, and then adding for number 7. What is the area of the figure at the right? So we have two rectangles. Our first one is 4 times 7. 4 times 4. And our second rectangle is 4 times 2. So we're going to find 4 times 4, and then we're going to find 4 times 2, and then we're going to add them together. What's 4 times 4? 16 plus, what's 4 times 2? 8. What is 16 plus 8? 24. Our label is feet, and we're going to square it. So 24 square feet would be the entire picture's area. Number 8, doing the same thing. The top one is 6 long times 2 wide. The bottom one is 6 long times 3 wide. So let's multiply those and then add them together. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 6 times 3 is 18, and 12 plus 18, 30. Our label is meters. M stands for meters, and we're going to square it, 30 meters squared. So today you are finding the area of two parts and then adding them together to give you the area of the whole picture. You will tear out two red pages, 311 and 313, and you'll work front and back doing the same thing, length times width, and then adding and getting a total.